Sky Dancer. The Sky Dancer, launched in 1994, was designed to bring joy, excitement, and a bit of magic into children's lives. With its lightweight plastic doll and foam wings, children could pull a string to launch the doll into the air where it would spin and dance. However, what seemed like harmless fun quickly turned into a nightmare for parents and children alike. The doll, propelled by helicopter-style wings, was nearly impossible to control. This lack of control led to severe injuries, including eye damage, cuts, and even broken teeth. Children, in their excitement, couldn't resist getting close, only to suffer unintended injuries when the unpredictable doll flew in their direction. As reports of injuries increased, it became clear that the Sky Dancer's whimsical design hid a dangerous flaw. The toy was ultimately recalled, reminding toy makers and parents alike that even the most magical creations need a strong focus on safety. Clackers. In the 1960s, clackers were all the rage among kids eager for a simple yet exciting toy. This basic design featured two glass balls connected by a string, and children would swing the balls so they clacked together rhythmically. The appeal lay in its hypnotic sound, as the clacking echoed with every swing. But clackers were more dangerous than they appeared. Kids would often swing them with increasing force, and eventually the balls would shatter, sending sharp glass fragments flying in all directions. These unexpected explosions resulted in numerous injuries, particularly to the face and hands. Despite its popularity, the hazards became too serious to ignore, leading to a recall of the original design. In the 1990s, a redesigned version with safer materials hit the market, but by then, the original clackers had left a lasting mark on a generation of children, some of whom fondly remember the thrill of those rhythmic clacks, even if they came with a few battle scars. Bucky Balls, inspired by the creativity of building blocks like Lego, Bucky Balls seemed like the perfect toy for children and teens alike. Comprising small, powerful magnets, these balls could be shaped into countless designs, appealing to creative and curious minds. But while they encouraged innovation, Bucky Balls posed a serious risk to younger children. Being small and shiny, they easily tempted kids to put them in their mouths. If swallowed, the magnets could cause severe internal damage by clumping together inside the body, leading to life-threatening complications. In 2012, following numerous cases of children accidentally ingesting the magnets, the makers of Bucky Balls issued a recall and refunded buyers. This toy is a classic example of how a brilliant concept can backfire without adequate safety precautions for young children. Although a redesigned version has since reappeared, the original remains infamous for its unintended dangerous consequences. Although Bucky Balls reemerged, their dangers were unforgettable, much like the atomic lab kits, which introduced children to science with unexpected risks. Atomic lab kits. Did you know that some children once played with actual radioactive materials? The 1950s. Atomic lab kits were a thrilling invention for young science enthusiasts, designed to give kids hands-on experience with chemistry and nuclear science. Each kit included genuine radioactive materials that emitted beta and gamma rays, allowing children to simulate real scientific experiments. However, while educational, these kits were also shockingly dangerous. Despite reassurances from the manufacturers that the kits were safe if used as instructed, children's natural curiosity often led them to handle the materials recklessly. This resulted in a real risk of radiation exposure, a terrifying prospect for parents. While the kits aimed to inspire a new generation of scientists, their dangers ultimately overshadowed their educational value. Over time, parents grew increasingly uncomfortable with their children playing with radioactive materials, and the kits were pulled from shelves. Today, the atomic lab kits stand as a stark reminder of the risks of putting science in the hands of unsupervised children. Candy cigarettes. Perhaps one of the most controversial toys, candy cigarettes were sugary treats shaped like real cigarettes, introducing children to the concept of smoking at a young age. Packaged to resemble actual cigarette boxes, these candies even allowed kids to mimic the smoking experience by blowing out powdered sugar that looked like smoke. The creators claimed their aim was to teach responsible smoking habits, but many parents saw this as normalizing cigarettes for children. Concerns quickly arose about the potential for these toys to encourage smoking later in life, as children associated the habit with something fun and harmless. As public disapproval grew, several regions passed laws banning the sale of candy cigarettes, and manufacturers eventually rebranded them as candy sticks without cigarette-style packaging. Despite this, the legacy of candy cigarettes remains a cautionary tale about the influence of toys on children's behavior. But some toys took physical risks to a new level, like the dangerous kite tubes. Kite tubes. The kite tube seemed like an incredible innovation for water sports enthusiasts, blending the thrill of kite flying with the speed of boat towing. Resembling an inflatable inner tube, this toy would lift into the air when attached to a moving boat, allowing riders to soar over the water. However, the excitement came at a high price. Once airborne, controlling the tube became almost impossible, and many riders were ejected violently, leading to severe injuries like broken bones, punctured lungs, and damaged eardrums. Parents and safety advocates grew increasingly concerned as reports of accidents piled up. The company eventually recalled the product, but authorities went a step further, banning kite tubes altogether to prevent future accidents. While thrilling in concept, the kite tube illustrated how even the most exhilarating toys can quickly become hazardous without proper design and safety considerations, particularly when dealing with forces beyond human control. Snacktime Cabbage Patch Kid. Did you ever imagine a doll that could actually eat? The Snacktime Cabbage Patch Kid, released in the mid-90s, brought this concept to life, letting children feed their dolls plastic snacks that it would chew and swallow. This unique feature thrilled kids who loved the idea of a lifelike doll. But this adorable toy hid a darker side. Its powerful motor sometimes pulled children's fingers or hair into its mouth with surprising force. And once it started, there was no way to stop it. The resulting injuries and distress led to mounting concerns, and by 1997, the toy was recalled, with the company offering full refunds. Despite its popularity, this doll serves as a reminder of the risks that mechanical toys can pose to young children. But few toys carried such shocking hazards as the Austin Magic Pistol, a toy that quite literally packed a punch. Austin Magic Pistol. The Austin Magic Pistol, popular in the 1940s, was anything but an ordinary toy gun. Unlike today's water or foam blasters, this pistol used a combustible mixture of calcium carbide and water to propel ping-pong-sized balls up to 70 feet with a satisfying pop. When fired, the gun would spark, launching the ball with a small explosion that thrilled kids and sparked curiosity. But with the excitement came a dangerous downside. Calcium carbide is highly flammable, and even a few drops of sweat could trigger an explosion. Unfortunately, this led to accidents where the gun unexpectedly exploded, causing injuries and alarming parents. Realizing the risks, the manufacturer quickly recalled the Austin Magic Pistol, but its reputation as one of the most dangerous toys lingered. For many, it remains a reminder of a time when toy safety took a backseat to thrill. Would you have dared to play with this risky relic? Aqua Dots. Aqua Dots were an innovative bead-like toy that allowed kids to create designs by placing beads on a pegboard and spraying them with water to fuse them. However, the seemingly harmless design had a hidden danger. The beads contained a chemical that, when ingested, metabolized into GHB, a powerful sedative known as the date rape drug. Young children were naturally drawn to the colorful small beads and, unsurprisingly, started swallowing them. This led to numerous cases of sedation and hospitalization, alarming parents and medical professionals alike. Aqua Dots were promptly recalled to prevent further incidents. Despite the creativity the toy encouraged, the health risks were undeniable, underscoring the importance of chemical safety in children's products. The Aqua Dots incident remains a cautionary example of how seemingly innocuous toys can pose severe health hazards due to oversight in manufacturing processes. Creepy Crawlers. The Creepy Crawlers toy, first introduced in the 1970s, offered kids the thrill of creating their own creepy crawly insects using a mini heating mold and liquid plastic. With molds for spiders, ants, and other creatures, it was a dream come true for budding young creators. However, the excitement came at a cost. The molds required extremely high heat, which presented a serious risk of burns, especially for younger children. To make matters worse, the liquid plastic used in the molds was toxic if ingested, leading to accidental exposure to harmful chemicals. By 1978, these safety concerns led to the recall of the original Creepy Crawlers set. Fortunately, a redesigned, safer version was re-released in the 1990s, giving kids the same creative fun without the risks. Creepy Crawlers is fondly remembered as a classic, but also as a symbol of evolving toy safety standards. We're halfway through, but keep watching. You don't want to miss what's next. Pogs. Remember the excitement of stacking Pogs on the playground, each disc a prized possession. In the early 1990s, Pogs became a cultural phenomenon, capturing the imagination of kids everywhere. These small cardboard discs, decorated with vibrant designs, were more than just collectibles. They were tokens of friendly rivalry. Kids would stack their Pogs and take turns knocking them down with a heavier slammer disc, with any Pogs that flipped over going to the winner. The competitive, high-stakes nature of the game made it addictive, and trading rare designs added to the thrill. However, as its popularity grew, Pogs faced a backlash from schools, many of which saw it as a form of gambling and banned it. Additionally, new toys and games soon captivated kids, leading to Pogs' gradual decline. Today, they're fondly remembered as a nostalgic relic of the 90s, a reminder of simple fun and endless playground excitement. Skip It. For many kids of the late 1980s and early 1990s, the Skip It was the ultimate outdoor toy, combining fun with fitness in a simple yet ingenious way. Kids would strap the plastic ring around their ankle, swinging the weighted loop around while jumping over it with their other foot. Each successful jump increased the counter, turning Skip It into a personal challenge to beat the highest score. It wasn't just about play. It improved coordination, endurance, and even sparked friendly competition. Skip It became a hit at a time when outdoor activities ruled, encouraging kids to get outside and move. But as electronic gadgets and video games gained popularity, Skip It started to lose its appeal, and indoor entertainment options took over. Though a few versions still exist, it's now a nostalgic relic of simpler days on the playground. But some toys didn't just keep kids moving, they created unforgettable hands-on experiences like the Viewmaster. Viewmaster. The Viewmaster was a magical window into other worlds for kids in the 1960s through the 1990s. This handheld device used circular reels containing small, colorful photographs. By clicking a lever, kids could advance through the reel, traveling to new locations, visiting cartoon worlds, or seeing their favorite characters in 3D. For generations, it provided a novel way to explore and sparked imagination in children. However, as visual technology advanced, the Viewmaster couldn't compete with digital screens and high-definition imagery. It faded from toy shelves as digital cameras, video games, and smartphones became the norm. Despite its decline, the Viewmaster remains a fond memory, symbolizing the wonder of exploring worlds through a simple click. Today, some retro enthusiasts still collect Viewmaster reels, appreciating its unique charm in a world now dominated by screens and pixels. Kush Balls. Kush Balls were all the rage in the late 1980s and into the 1990s, celebrated for their distinctive squishy, rubbery strands and vibrant colors. Their unique texture and calming, stress-relieving feel made them endlessly fun to toss, squish, and play with for hours. Unlike bouncy balls, Kush Balls were easy to catch and wouldn't roll away, making them perfect for indoor play. They quickly became a beloved toy, offering simple, hands-on fun. But as technology-based toys and video games took over, Kush Balls gradually disappeared, replaced by flashier, screen-based entertainment. Despite fading from toy shelves, Kush Balls remain a quirky, nostalgic item that continues to delight those who remember them fondly. Every so often they reappear in stores, sparking memories of carefree play. Would you still find yourself squeezing one of these squishy toys if you saw it today? Creepy Crawler's Oven. In the 1960s and 1970s, the Creepy Crawler's Oven was a dream come true for kids who loved making their own spooky creations. This mini oven allowed children to craft rubbery bugs like spiders, ants, and other creepy crawlers by pouring liquid plastic into molds and baking them. It offered hours of hands-on fun, letting kids bring their creepy creations to life. However, the toy came with some serious safety risks. The oven's heating element could cause burns, and the liquid plastic contained toxic chemicals if ingested. As reports of burns and accidental exposure mounted, the original Creepy Crawler's Oven was discontinued. In the 1990s, a redesigned version with safer materials made a comeback, keeping the fun but reducing the hazards. For many, it remains a nostalgic symbol of a time when toys encouraged creativity, even if they came with a bit of danger. Do you still know Tamagotchi? Keep watching. Tamagotchi. The Tamagotchi, launched in the late 1990s, brought a new kind of companionship to kids through virtual pets and quickly became an instant craze. These handheld digital pets required constant attention, from feeding and cleaning to playtime, and children proudly carried them everywhere. Tamagotchis taught a unique lesson in responsibility. If neglected, they'd die, encouraging kids to care for their pets diligently. For a generation, Tamagotchi devices became a beloved staple, and kids would eagerly share their pets' achievements with friends. However, as mobile phones and gaming consoles advanced, Tamagotchis slowly faded from popularity, replaced by apps and games with more complex interactions. Even so, Tamagotchi remains one of the first digital toys to inspire attachment and a sense of care. The original holds a special place in many hearts for its simple design and nostalgic charm. Would you still care for a virtual pet like a Tamagotchi today? Lite-Brite. Lite-Brite, a beloved toy from the 1960s through the early 2000s, sparked creativity by allowing kids to make glowing pictures using small, colorful pegs inserted into a backlit board. Whether following provided templates or designing their own artwork, children could spend hours bringing their creations to life with bright, vivid colors that lit up the dark. The simplicity of Lite-Brite made it endlessly appealing, offering the unique satisfaction of seeing one's masterpiece glow. As technology advanced, however, Lite-Brite's analog charm began to fade, with digital art tools offering far more variety and flexibility. Although it's been re-released in updated forms over the years, it's the original Lite-Brite that many remember most fondly, a symbol of a hands-on, screen-free era of creativity. It's a cherished memory for those who grew up piecing together their glowing designs in dimly lit rooms. Keep watching. Maybe you don't want to miss this one. Gawk. Remember the thrill of squishing a handful of Nickelodeon's Gawk? In the 1990s, this gooey, stretchy slime captivated kids with its bizarre, squishy texture and bright, vibrant colors. Gawk was endlessly moldable, and its strange, funny noises added to the fun, making it a toy like no other. Kids would stretch, pull, and even mold Gawk into various shapes, finding endless amusement in its sensory appeal. But for parents, Gawk was a bit of a nightmare. Its sticky residue could cling to furniture, carpets, and clothes, often leaving a mess behind. Concerns about cleanliness and safety started to grow, and parents soon became wary of this slippery toy. While Gawk faded from store shelves, it remains a nostalgic 90s relic, emblematic of Nickelodeon's quirky and playful brand. Today, slime products still exist, but Gawk's unique appeal and messiness remain unmatched. Would you bring back the Gawk craze? Polly Pocket. The original Polly Pocket, launched in the late 1980s, brought an entire miniature world right into kids' hands. With tiny dolls and intricately designed playsets, these compact toys were designed to fit in a pocket, making them perfect for on-the-go adventures. Each set had its own unique theme, allowing children to explore different tiny worlds with a sense of wonder and creativity. As the years went by, however, Polly Pocket began to change. The dolls became larger, and the once pocket-sized playsets grew in size, gradually losing some of the charm that made them so beloved. Though reimagined in different forms over the years, the original Polly Pocket remains a nostalgic symbol of creativity, portability, and imagination for those who grew up with it. The tiny details and portable design made it timeless. The last one is coming now, but you don't want to miss this one. Tickle Me Elmo. Tickle Me Elmo took the world by storm in 1996, sparking a holiday season craze unlike anything seen before. This cuddly Elmo plush from Sesame Street would giggle and vibrate when squeezed, delivering a laugh-inducing experience that kids adored. Its cheerful, infectious laughter turned it into the must-have toy of the year, and demand quickly skyrocketed. Stores couldn't keep up, leading parents on a frantic search to find one. Some even paid exorbitant prices just to get their hands on this giggling sensation. But as newer interactive toys with more advanced features entered the market, the initial charm of Tickle Me Elmo began to fade, and its novelty wore off. Although Elmo remains a beloved character, the original Tickle Me Elmo holds a special place in toy history, a symbol of the peak of 90s toy culture and the remarkable power of a simple, lovable character to capture hearts worldwide. These unforgettable toys shaped childhoods and left lasting memories, even if they've disappeared over time. Which toy would you bring back? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more nostalgia.